We start the session with what's making the market move or what's driving the market. Interest, earnings, and inflation are the three things that move markets globally. Let's take a look at it. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Trending Thursday here on YouTube. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. My pleasure to be here. On my right-hand side, my producer, Joey, is here. Say hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Always in the background, helping me to look good on camera. And if you were not able to watch this live today, we will be having a podcast. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the room with a VV Nation. Let me know that VV Nation is alive and kicking today in the room. Looks like we've got a lot of people talking about the Dow moving. That's all right. It is what it is. And you know something? What have I been telling you? That nobody should be blindsided by what's going on in the market. If you listen to me during the Daily Color Guard report this week and just in general, you should know you will never be blindsided if you follow your plan. Trade your plan. Follow your plan. What is it? Plan your trades, trade your plan. Folks, trade your plan. You will never. And it doesn't matter what's falling, what's rising, whatever. If you have your plan in place, you're going to be fine. So, for those of you who are here, man, VV Nation is all over the place. So glad that you're here. If you are new and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, and you're gonna like the content, but if you do, please support the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to grow. We've got over 16,000 subscribers, right, Joey? Yep. And we're rocking and rolling. It took us a year to double our subscribership, and that's because you guys are helping us to grow. So, another thing, I really want to get this more out there. If you can, take the link from the video that we are looking at right now. Take the time for me. Copy the link, put it on your social media. There's a lot of people probably in your friend circle who are interested in the market. This is an opportunity for them to learn about stocks that are making money or stocks to stay away from in the market right now. Folks, again, take the time. Take the link from this video, this live video. Put it on your social media, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Twitter. We are really going to make VectorVest or VV Nation really pop. So please, guys, do that for me. How did I do that? Well, it doesn't matter. Something I did. You saw what somebody typed up in the room? We just lost. Oh, did the thing pop? It must have. Anyway, all right. So, again, whatever we need to do to help to grow this channel, you guys will help me. Once again, my name is Glenn Tompkins, and we're going to get into what we do here on Trending Thursday, and we always look at what's going on in the market. All right, we always look at what's going on in the market, and for everyone who is putting this onto their social media, thank you very much for doing that. We're going to make some people come in today, some brand new people. And then you people are going to talk to them and tell them that they need to consider taking out a trial of VectorVest for 99 cents. All right. So what we always do every week, we always start off with market timing or the market overview. What's going on in the market? Because without any understanding of what's going on in the market, you won't know what to do in regards to your stocks that you're either trading right now or stocks that you may be interested in. So the market overview is so important. We always start off with it. So I'm going to bring up the home page of the VectorVest software. For those of you who are new, we are using a program called VectorVest. It is a stock analysis and portfolio management system that's been around over 30 years. And we must be doing something right to be around that long, number one. And we have a lot of subscribers to our software who are making money in the market. Joey, in a minute, if you are interested, will type into the room a link that you can take a trial to the VectorVest software for 30 days for 99 cents. For 99 cents. And again, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, here's the home page. As we look at our home page, we can see what all of the major indices are doing right now, and they're all down. The Dow is down almost 200 points, down about 0.7%. The biggest mover is the tech-heavy NASDAQ, down about 0.9%. The S&P down about 0.5%, and our VectorVest composite right now is down about 0.5%. So for those of you who are new, you know what all of these other major indices are, but what is the VectorVest composite? The VectorVest composite is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track in the database. Currently, we track almost 8,200 stocks for analysis. This price that you see that says the VV composite, this price, which you see trading at right now, $48, is an indexed arithmetic average of all of these stocks. Now, because we track this many stocks in one ticker symbol, we feel that it is a better representation of broad market movement. We use that VVC or VectorVest composite for the purposes of timing the market. Now, when we say we time the market, and this is for the benefit of the new people, when we say we time the market, we follow the trend of the market and we keep our subscribers on the right side of the trend. We don't guess or prognosticate where the market is going. We follow the trend of the market and keep our subscribers on the right side of the trend. Also for the benefit of the new people. No matter how you invest in the market, whether you're a trader, a swing trader, a longer-term investor, we have a market timing signal that can fit you. We have 7 market timing signals based upon how you invest in the market. And again, that's for the benefit of the new people. So all of the major indices are down. Let's move over to our market timing gauge. Right now, this is our daily traffic light into the market. It's smack dab in the yellow. The color guard is neutral. VectorVest does advocate caution right now when buying stocks at this time. So if you're a longer term investor, this is a time to be cautious time in your portfolio. But I've got a better thing to show you that as well. Our color guard down below, which tracks 3 of our market timing indicators. Here's again the price of the VVC or VectorVest composite. It also tracks the relative timing or the short-term price trend of the market. And we also track in the color guard the BSR or buy to sell ratio. This indicator looks at the overall health of the market. When I look at the color guard, and I'm using this as a 6-day traffic light, what's the majority or the preponderance of color I see? Yellow. This is where my caution comes into play. Even though we had a nice up day yesterday, 3 green lights, the whole 9 yards, what else is going on? A lot of yellow. Even though it was more of a bullish feel, we had a sense of caution. Nobody else is going to give you this kind of information. All right. So keeping that in mind, let's start to talk about what's moving markets now. Now, there's 3 things that move markets globally: earnings, interest, and inflation. Those are the things that move markets. Earnings, Goldilocks scenario, earnings are good, interest and inflation are low. That's the perfect scenario for a good bullish market. Now, what moves, what helps us to get to those points? Well, the Fed. The Fed's job is to look after jobs, what's going on with the working, how many people are working, and it's also looking at controlling interest rates. So with that being said, interest rates are still historically low. And for the most part, jobs are still out there. Less people are looking for new jobs or are new people looking for jobs. The unemployment rate is lowering. It's getting lower again since the pandemic hit. It rose up to about 11%. Now we're going further lower and lower, so more and more people are working. Let's start taking a look at our first story, where we talk about what stocks are, what things are moving in the industry. Oh gosh darn it, where am I at? There you go. Thank you, Joey. What's going on behind the scenes? What's the Fed doing? What's jobs doing? That kind of thing. So, first story is U.S. industrial production picked up again in June. Well, measure of output at factories, mines, and utilities rose a seasonally adjusted 5.4%. Well, when we've got industrial production going on, whether it's from the factories, if factories are producing more, that's more to sell. If mines are mining more, that's more raw materials we're going to pull up. Utilities such as gas and electric and things of that nature, if all of that is rising, then we get to be more efficient in that field as well. And we're going to talk a little bit more about utilities. Economists have long used letters of the alphabet like V and U to describe economic recoveries. You know, a V bottom or a U bottom coming off of in a recovery. But the coronavirus downturn is so different from past recessions. And I've been saying this for the longest time. This is unlike any other market that we've had, to include the housing bubble that we had 2007, 2008. Economists are coming up with new shapes to describe the potential recovery. And so I'm not going to, I got this, Joey. Thank you. All right. So manufacturing is a big ploy or a big play when it comes down to what's going on in the economy. If we are productive, we can sell more. If we sell more, we can make more. But there's another side of that. If other companies, or not companies, but other countries are going through a recession, they're not going to have the money to pay higher dollar for our stuff, especially if our dollar is strong. So just keep that in mind. But production has picked up. Now, from the Fed perspective, Fed discloses more corporate bond and ETF purchases. The Fed is the catalyst that's starting to keep the market going. The market is running a race. And in this race, the market is getting tired. And I'm going to show that in a second on our market timing graph. Okay? The market is getting tired. But the Fed is throwing everything and anything it can at the market to keep it going. We want to keep our dollar strong. We want to keep ourselves from being in a recession. So the Fed is doing its job to keep the economy going. So they're going to buy more corporate bonds and ETF purchases. ETF trades made up $168 million paper gains. Bond purchases include Apollo, Ares, and Owl Rock. There was a time where the Fed said they would never buy AAA corporate bonds, but they are buying bonds because they're pulling out all of the stops to keep us running. All right. And the last thing today, initial jobless claims hold steady at 1.3 million. Continuing claims move lower. Well, as we started to reopen the country, more people started hiring again. But even looking at the jobless claims, something to keep in mind, the resurgence of the coronavirus in several different states. How is that going to affect the jobless claims? I saw a story where California was going back into a modified shutdown again to stymie the spread of the coronavirus. However you feel about the virus, whether whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, wearing masks, not wearing masks, it is what it is, and I don't think that we're at a point where we can survive another nationwide shutdown. So I think that people are working through this resurgence in the hopes that it doesn't get out of hand. So just keeping that in mind. But the jobless number was better than expected, and normally, we're right in play, normally that affects the market in an up way for the day. But what did we look at? The market is down today. So I'm thinking that the coronavirus is taking a stranglehold over people and over the nation overall. All right. With that being said, let's go take a look at the indicators that we use for the market. We're not going to go from here. I'm going to go to our watch list that we've made up. I'm going to go to the viewers tab. I'm going to go to the watch list viewers. So every week we have a list of stocks from our stories, right? And we're going to go to YouTube Trending Thursday, and let's go find today's date, which is 7/16/2020. These are the stocks that have made the stories, made the news that we're going to look at today. So the first two that we always look at for the market, for those of you who are not VectorVest subscribers, we're going to look at the spiders, the S&P 500. And for those of you who are VectorVest subscribers, we're going to look at the VVC or the VectorVest composite. Remember, that tracks the move of almost 8,200 stocks, whereas the spiders only tracks the move of 500 stocks. Oops, spiders and VVC. Let's go take a look at those two graphs. So these are the things that we use to track the market. I'm going to highlight this, put it on a 3-month graph. Couple of things, especially for the people who are new. What are we looking at? One, we're looking at moving averages. We're looking at a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. For those of you who are subscribers and you want to learn how to add moving averages to a graph, go over to the price box on the right-hand side, right-click on it. you have the selection to add a moving average and select the type of moving averages you're going to use. We are using a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average. Down below, we have RT. RT looks at the short-term price trend of a stock, or in this case, the S&P 500. This will let me know if the index, like the spiders, is in an uptrend or not, and it is. It is cast on a scale between 0 and 2. When RT is above 1, as it is right now, at the value of 1.26, the spiders, or the S&P 500, is in an uptrend. But if you look at the graph, over the last couple of months, though, RT is falling, which means that the upward velocity of the spiders is diminishing. All right, so the market's still in an uptrend, but RT is falling. And I also have volume down below, along with a moving average of volume, which is a 20-day moving average of volume. All right, so the S&P 500 is moving up, found a level. We do have a level of resistance sitting here of about 322.07. Right now we're at 320.46. So we're traveling right against that level of resistance in the S&P 500. What does that mean? Well, if the market is going to really continue on its upward trend from way back here in April, we need to break through that upper level of 322.07 to say that the upward trend is still intact. As we've bounced off a level of support of 299.30, we're having a hard time breaking through this level of resistance. Well, it's serving as a good level of resistance. It was touched in the zone twice within the last 4 days. The market overall is getting tired. Let's look at the VVC. Same kind of scenario is that we're in a channel of a level of resistance of 48.47 and a level of support at 43.39. We broke through a level of resistance from last week, which was sitting at $47.41. Now it looks like the market wants to try to get past a level of that 48.47 for resistance. Can't do it. Now this most recent level that we just saw on resistance will now serve as a level of support. The 3 and the 8 still look good. Volume is pretty leveled out, but again, RT, or the short-term price trend of the VVC, is falling. That makes sense as a stock, or the market as a whole is sitting in a channel. So that's where we stand as far as what's moving the market from a news perspective, and visually what the VVC and the S&P 500 or the spiders looks like. Now, hopefully, everybody's got an understanding of what's going on in the market and how do you trade this market right now. Tighten the stops on the stocks that you own, and if you're going to buy into any new stocks, make sure you're buying into those stocks on a rising day. Okay. Next week, we will also be on YouTube outside of our normal time on Tuesday. Next Tuesday at 2 p.m., we have a YouTube Q&A session. For anybody who's interested in options, Ron Wheeler, our in-house resident expert on options, will be joining me here on YouTube Tuesday at 2 p.m. to answer any questions you have about options. And we are offering an options course shortly. And he's going to give you an overview. He's going to direct you to a more in-depth video which talks about what the course is all about and give you an opportunity to take advantage of it. But again, that's next Tuesday. For anyone in the room who really is interested in learning how to play options and you are always afraid to try it, give Ron a try. He will break it down to you in its simplest form and help you to better understand options and make money playing the option market. If there's anybody in VV Nation who's taken Ron's course, let them type in the room and you'll see what other VectorVest subscribers have to say about Ron Wheeler and the options course.